Crazy weekend for the Sooners. We had two recruits that committed. A random running back shows up, as well as some fun from already committed players. I'll talk about that here coming up in just a minute. What is good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, talking OU football, college football, and sports in general. In this video, we're going to talk about the crazy weekend that the Sooners had, mainly Friday, because, yeah, Friday was wild. And I feel like I need to give y'all a quick recap on all the videos I dropped throughout the day. So let's get started. First off, unless you were underneath a rock, you probably had noticed that I dropped 4 videos on Friday, starting in the morning, afternoon, a couple in the afternoon, and a couple in the evening, mainly because a lot of news started popping up. So the biggest ones are the 2 new commitments that came to Oklahoma. You have Anthony Evans, third, as well as Maurice Vickers. So Evans, wide receiver out of Converse, Texas, decided that Oklahoma is the place for him. There was fear that he was not going to come to Oklahoma due to his ties with Georgia and then everything that happened with the Cale Gundy situation. I explained it in the other video that you will see. But overall, a rumor came out that I saw from one of my commenters that Gundy reached out to Evans and was like, hey, man, you really want to be there? I think you should go to Oklahoma. And that was one piece that played in why he decided to choose Oklahoma. Now, I have not been able to verify this yet. I may have just not done enough deep searching, but at the same time, if that did happen, it's the coolest gesture you could possibly do for someone based upon the circumstance that handled there. But also, his love and affinity for Oklahoma, really, with the coaches, the relationships was key to him. And so that's a big pickup. The next one, Maurice Vickers, DB out of Florida, Tallahassee. Can't believe that Florida State couldn't figure out how to do this one, but I have had an affinity to Maurice. He's one of the players that I am high on. He can play just about everywhere. Return specialist. He is a defensive back, safety. Probably can play what they call the cheetah role and a hybrid, be everywhere type of guy. And I see that coming from him. And he did his announcement Friday night during halftime of his football game and damn near gave most of us a heart attack because it was quite fascinating. I'll post a video right here. He decided to go through all the different hats one by one. Got Michigan. He went to Oklahoma. And it looked like he was settling on Alabama. And I was like, oh, snap. Did he really decide to just spur the Sooners after we thought we had them? And then right after that, he drops the hat. Another box comes in. And this man made himself a golden hat. Now, I think the funny thing behind this is that most of the people that were there probably had zero clue what that meant. Like, zero clue. Until he threw the horns down. And then when he did that, everybody, of course, went buck wild. But it's funny that this man made a golden hat just specifically for this ceremony. And I love it. He did it so all the people there could celebrate with him. All those that were important to him. That, to me, is what matters. That's what's important. I love when situations and stuff like that goes down. Shout out to Maurice. Fantastic presentation with that. And I'm ready to see what you look like. I'll be watching these high school games, watching all your highlights. I know that each one of them are doing some things. Anthony Evans was out there cooking on Saturday. Maurice was cooking Friday night. We had to go through a lot of those videos. But there's one player that really did some stuff on Friday that I really want to talk about. But we'll get to him in just a minute. Before we jump into the rest of the dump, see this t-shirt? Our peoples over there at Home Field Apparel's got some dope attire that I think all of you all should check out. They make vintage t-shirts for college teams. Oklahoma's got a lot of cool stuff on there. A lot of my videos, you'll notice I have ran a lot of OU shirts that you really can't find anywhere else because it's all coming from Home Field Apparel. And because you are watching my channel, I'm going to get you 20% off. In the comments, all you got to do is click on that link. It's going to ask you an email to take advantage of that 20%. Put that bad boy in there and get it. Home Field Apparel, take advantage of the 20% you're going to get off by clicking on the link that I'm referring to you. Dope stuff. Great for you to have going to these football games. I expect to see all of y'all at least at one of them in some capacity. Y'all better show up. Dang it. Next craziness that went down from this past weekend, well, Friday mainly, was showing the show up of running back Emeka Megwa, who was a running back at Washington. very much recruited by Oklahoma, and he entered the transfer portal August 2nd and decided to enroll in Oklahoma like on Friday. Like, we just look up and like, dude, where did dude come from? So that video you can definitely check out. A little bit of details there, but I found some additional nuggets. I read a couple articles about him, and what it looks like is that what Megwa decided to do was he had a preseason injury in high school, his senior year, and instead of playing or rehabbing, going to it, he decided to enroll early at Washington. So that September, he was enrolled at Washington after the said knee injury. And with that, he redshirted that season and was going through rehab. And it looks like after everything that went down, he didn't get a chance to play, of course, as a redshirt. He had a second surgery in the spring, went back to Texas, and he never went back to Washington. So it looks like he may be rehabbing from said injury. There's a good chance that he will not play this coming season for the Sooners. That is my guesstimation. I'm still waiting to see any more detailed reports, but I haven't seen anything come out yet. But it does seem like he's probably not going to play this year. And it looks like he can play either linebacker or running back. I mean, you see the picture of this dude. He's yoked. So he's potentially going to be something special. We just got to wait and see another year. We won't see anything from here this year, but we'll probably see a lot from him coming next year as he'll be battling in the backfield with Javonte Barnes and Gavin Sawchuk. So that's kind of the scoop that I saw on Megwa, but at the same time, it's great to have depth, or at least guys that could potentially be depth. So hopefully he has recovered from that knee injury, or Smitty can get him with him in the gym, get him back in shape that he wants to be, and have him prepared to hit the field hard. So just keep a lookout for our man Emeka Megwa. Dude, probably going to be a monster. Lastly, is week 0. So we got to see Nebraska play against Northwestern, in which we play Nebraska the third game of the season. It looks like we should be prepared to beat the brakes off of them. I'm not going to predict that's going to happen yet, but at the same time, I do want you all to keep an open mind that Scott Frost will be coaching for his job. So there's going to be a lot of desperation in there. Hopefully the desperation doesn't include random onside kicks that fail so that we can score quickly, but that's neither here nor there. We have to make sure that we're mentally prepared for what Scott Frost is going to throw out there. Casey Thompson did look like a pretty solid quarterback. He was doing his part of it. It doesn't look like he was getting much protection, but we'll give a good breakdown on that later. I actually have a video with USCJ that is going to also, that has already dropped that first before here the weekend dump. So go back on the channel. You'll see the video with me and USCJ talking about that combo. So with that, thank y'all for tuning in. Please hit the like and the subscribe button as well as share, because sharing is caring. Definitely going to have a little bit of content this week. We'll be dropping the predictions on Tuesday of who we think Oklahoma is going to win on each game. It'll be a longer video, so be prepared for that. As well as go ahead, jump in the comments and let me know what you think about all these additions. This is an additional video just to talk about a little additional information we received. Though for those that wanted a quick recap. So with that, we'll chop it up with y'all in a few days.